What up, people? It's your boy, Master Judy, out here with a late night Stargirl review, as I usually do. So we got episode 11, which is Shining Knight. And, this was more of a laid back issue. We've had not laid back issue, laid back episode, more of like a connector, the penultimate to the two-part finale starting next week. Um, basically, this was a good episode. I liked it, but it does highlight some of the flaws that I've had with the show that I still think the show does a good job in, but you can't help but point it out. I'm going to give a different type of summary. Basically, we see that Courtney's father comes back into their lives because he basically got Barbara's email and, he tries to reconnect with his daughter and, they talk and everything like that. And the revelation that, oh, here's Courtney's father proves that, hey, he isn't Starman, and that by default, I am not. Starman was never my father. And Courtney has starts having a wave of guilt, like I got the magician's son killed, I got Henry killed. All this is my fault, and everything that you could seem that was deemed reckless on her part, um, you know, could have, it's coming fruit, and it hits her, and I will say this character development has never been this show's weakness at all. It isn't. That's all I have to say. So, as we know, it turns out that Courtney's father is a scumbag, a total scumbag. He comes in and he says that, hey, I just want hey, why don't you give me the locket and, let me sell it so I can get some cash and get my own place. And, Courtney being, she doesn't want to disappoint. She can't even believe it's happening, but she doesn't want to, like, cause any problems. So she gives it to him. And of course, Pat is like, hey, I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm there. She cries on him. Pat comes there, sets Courtney's father straight, punches my man for disrespecting his wife, which is his wife, and whatnot. Meanwhile, also, I forgot to say that Barbara is now fully invested now in the whole ISA plot, trying to take him down and whatnot. There's no problem with that. Um, but I'll get to it at the end of what I wanted to say. Um, So yeah, pretty much the A plot is Courtney and her and finding out with her parents and her lineage, and she believes that she can no longer wield the star staff, basically the cosmic staff, um, and whatnot. And also, like at a memorial for Henry, Brainwave sends out a telepathic signal because he attended his own son's funeral. That's sick. He um he pretty much says, "Yeah, I'm coming for you," or he was like, "Please come for us. I'm begging you, so I can murk you." And so, she tells Pat that Brainwave remembers who I am, so she's trying to get the staff to work, but she believes that the staff is not working because I am not biologically Starman's daughter. So, Courtney's like, Pat's like, hey, the staff chose you. You got to believe in yourself. And, with Pat and Barbara with her side, they believe in her and she can wield the staff. And that's pretty much the end of that episode, end of that part of the episode. The B plot this shining knight who is trying to find out his trying to reclaim his memories. He can't find his steed. He doesn't know who he is. He claims that they stripped his identity from him. The only thing he has is his sword. And he manages to wind up in Pat's pit stop with Beth and Rick, and he's pretty much at first confuses them with the Dragon King and his like minions. So we know that he probably lost his memory, fight to the Dragon King, Dr. Ito. But, Pat manages to talk him down, managed to give him some shelter. He was really going through it. But when Courtney activates the Gates manages to use the cosmic staff again, he sees it and it looks like his memories are back. And then we get into the C plot where it deals with Jordan Icicle Senior trying to know what to do. One of my favorite scenes, and I'll get into it to pro, is that when he's talking to Brainwave, and Brainwave's like saying, "Hey, I'm back. I'm 100%. I know who Stargirl is. I know who her mother is." And he tells tells Icicle say, "Hey, Stargirl's Courtney. I'm going after her, and I'm going after her mother." And basically, um, Icicle's like, "No, you're not." And Brainwave is like, "Oh, wait a minute. What you talking? I killed my wife and my son for your vision, and you're backing out. Why?" It's like you can't be serious. It's like you can't be serious at all. But throughout the C plot, Jordan decides to test the suspicions. He hacks into, of course, Barbara's office computer, finds that her history's been wiped clean. So he tells the gambler who hacked into him in the first place, like, "Hey, I need you to open up. I need you to restore her history." And he pretty much sees a newspaper article going into the death of Starman, who killed him, and he's like, "Oh, oh, we can't have that." So he pretty much at the end of the episode, at the very end of the episode, he meets with Brainwave and say, "Hey, you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do." And Brainwave say, "Thank you." And as Brainwave's about to even leave, Icicle's like, "Nah, I need you to kill the son too." And I'm like, "Dang, like dang." And like it's like we can't have any legacies running around. He's like, "Yeah, okay, consider it done." So that's the end of that episode. Now you know how I do pros, neutrals, and cons. So I'm gonna hit up with the pros. Obviously, the biggest pro here is once again Pat Dugan. Um, Pat Dugan, Mr. Luke Wilson is a great actor. I love Pat. Like I said, he's one of my favorite, and if not now, probably this solidifies him as my favorite character in this show. He's consistent. He has honor. He's a good man. He's definitely a leader in his own right. He cares about his kids. He cares about Barbara. He cares about the young wards. He cares about others. He's just essentially a good man. And Luke Wilson does a great job of portraying him. He's a real hero, and I just like sometimes you need that goodness. And like I said, he's great. He is great. You know, that's that. Um, Another pro I'd have to say would be I'd say it was Courtney. It's good that she's going through a lot. She's learned to accept that hey, my father is not a superhero. And she learns from that. She kind of is at a low point that am I really meant to be a hero? I'm not meant to be Stargirl. Even goes up to her friends in the cafeteria saying like, I'm not Stargirl. I the staff won't work for me, therefore I was not chosen because I'm not the true heir to Starman and whatnot. Um, what else? Another pro. I think that might be it for that. Oh no, no, no! The pros will be the villain. The third and final pro are the villain. Are the villain appearances here. Until the end of the episode, I thought Brainwave was like really down Icicle. He was like, "You don't get to back down," and he's like, I killed my wife and son for your vision, and you're allowing a woman who works for you to cloud your judgment." He's like, you need to make a decision, or hey, man, I'm gonna have to make it for you. And technically, if we want to get down to the nitty gritty, you don't stand a chance against me because I can melt your brain. But he didn't imply that. But that's what I always thought. And after the investigation, Icicle gains his resolve and saying, "Hey, man, I need you to wipe out the whole family. I want you to even include the son too." I'm gonna get to that in my neutral, because Mike Mike is a little bit of a conundrum when it comes to the whole show. So, but yeah, the villains here are 100% absolute ruthless. It's an experience to say the least. So that's it for the pros. The neutrals. Um, First, the Shining Knight, and it's more the neutral that he was good, but at times the episode was called Shining Knight, but you don't see enough of Shining Knight to really delve into it. Like I thought we would get some type of flashback. We usually get those, but we didn't get any with Shining Knight. So that's a disappointment as well. Shining Knight is not in a lot of it's not a lot in it's not prevalent in this episode, despite name of the episode being his name. And so there wasn't enough Shining Knight for my taste. You can call that's probably a con, but it's a neutral because the scenes that he were in were pretty emotional. So I'll give it that. The next neutral is Mike. Now, Mike once again, it's the up and down thing. At first when I saw Mike bust in the room, first of all, Mike was like, "Hey, Courtney, somebody's up for you." I'm like, "Dang, bro, can you be a little bit more diplomatic in how you deliver news?" Second of all, we have that when Courtney and Pat are having a heart-to-heart talk, he's like, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing, man? You're 13. You kind of know better to like you hear your dad talking to Courtney a little bit of private. It's a stressful situation, and but at the same time, he does ask, "Wait, was that really Courtney's dad? And are you guys divorcing?" And then Pat snaps at him as he should because, like, first of all, this was a private conversation, and for the past couple of episodes, it doesn't really help that Mike feels like Courtney is stealing Pat away from him, but Pat tries to calm him down, but he's not really, impressed. And it's funny because now everybody, you can say everybody but him knows that Courtney is Stargirl and that there's this whole superhero JSA and that you have the ISA. He's really the only one in the dark. And as much as Mike can annoy me at times, I can't help to feel sorry for him. Like, dang man, everybody just don't want to deal with you. I'm like, dang, that's something. And it's even worse where like out of the randomness, Icicles Jr. said, "Yeah, kill the kid too." It's because he kind of, it's because it has nothing to do with the fact that he kind of disrespected me a bit at dinner when I was at their place. No, 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 no. We can't have any legacies. That's probably why Icicle Jr. Probably 10% why Icicle Jr. said, "Yeah, probably kill him too." He kind of disrespected me. But yeah, Isaac was just saying, "Yeah, kill Mike." I'm like, dang man, Mike can't catch a break. So I don't want to hate him. I don't think he didn't drag down the episode, but it's just a neutral because Mike can be grating. Like there are examples where you understand, and then there's examples like, "Oh, but what the hell's going on?" Like, bro, stop. All I gotta say. So we get to the cons. One con is that I wish they had enough time on Yolanda mourning Henry. I think that a lot of things were unsaid. We will never have a lot of things resolved because of Henry's death. So, it's kind of sad that we don't get to see her mourn for Henry, but I'm glad that she went to church, went to pray for him. It's very nice to hear, very nice, very good and proper. I just wish we got to see that. I think it would have been very powerful. Um, let's see. Another con. I kind of wish that Courtney's dad wasn't a scumbag. I mean, I wish that, some divorces could have been on, amicable differences, like, no ill will, but it just turns out that he's a scumbag who wanted to pawn off a very wonderful family heirloom for some cash that who knows whether he wanted to buy a house with it or not. So that kind of sucks in a way. But it's also kind of cliche. Like, of course, these parents are like scumbags. I mean, we saw with Shazam that all I want to see is my mother, but mother turned out to be, you know, very, very, very bad. Well, not bad, but just the just a disappointment. And I felt that it worked because you rarely, you hear it, but on the screen you rarely see a mother abandon her child purposefully because she didn't want to raise him on the big screen. Here, we got enough of the scumbag dads. Like, it would have been nice if he really wanted to connect, but and I wish he could have said that. Hey, Courtney, I'll be back. You. It'd be nice if he also played a role in building up her confidence if she decided to share like, hey, something bad really happened, and I don't know if I'm really worth the effort. What should I do? And you get a little something, get a little father daughter bonding. But yeah, I guess that's why Pat's there. But you know, something new would have been nice. Um, that's the third. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the episode. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. I was going to give it an 8, but as I listened to myself talk, I realized, yeah, it's a 7.5. This is still a great show, don't get me wrong, and this episode doesn't drag it down, but so much more could have been done. But I guess, it was good to relax a bit, and it's going to build up to the eventual two-part season finale starting next week. So, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below to tell me what you think about this episode. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you have an opinion? Let me hear it. And hit the notifications when you're subscribed to make sure you're notified of my videos. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good shows like Stargirl and get your opinions on them. Thank you all for watching, and I should have comic videos for review um, tomorrow. Or in this case, it's 12:30, so if in like a couple hours away from now. Yeah. So peace out.